All right, my name is Nick Colavecchio. I'm the captain of this boat. This is Seab Bear, and I own and operate and run Big Sky Sails, custom charters and tours. And I am on this lake more than most people, probably 3, 4, 5 days a week from May to September, sometimes October. But yeah, that's what I do, and I love it. I love this boat. I love this lake. Pile them in.
That's a pretty nice boat.
Thanks,
so
buddy.
Is this the one that you saw the lake monster on?
Oh yeah.
Okay, because I did notice it was a sailboat.
Yep, so I bought this boat to basically be able to run this business where I work on a construction crew Monday through Friday, and then I do nights and weekends chartering people around.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's pretty sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, it was kind of just like a shoot from the hip, like whatever, I'll just take out a business loan, buy a boat, and see if I can justify it. Yeah. Making sense, you know? And it started out slow, and there's been like a long learning curve and whatnot, but I learn every day, dude. And I got like 35 charters booked already this year.
Yep.
For sure. This is Seab Bear.
Seab Bear,
Came
okay.
from Puget Sound in Seattle.
Okay.
Good boat, dude. It's a really good boat. It's 1984, so she's a little old. That's a 72.
Okay.
Yeah.
You like the older boats?
I guess. I mean, it's just the price point. The price point's right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, with boats especially, I guess.
Fuck, man. I mean, some of the boats in that marina are like $100,000, $150,000, $200,000 machines. You know?
Yeah.
This is not even close. It's cheaper than a new truck.
Wow, that really opens up down there, doesn't it?
Dude. So, the guy I bought this from, he was a school teacher. His wife was a school teacher, based out of Seattle. So, school teachers, of course, get summers off paid. So they would just take their kids, load them in the boat when they all were off work, and then just go sail the Alaskan islands from Seattle. Like, what a fucking cool wood.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So, downstairs, I'll give you the tour.
Oh.
Dude.
I'm gonna drop my backpack off here.
Yeah, so you got your full kitchen.
Wow, this is actually big in here.
Yeah, it's sick, dude. Like, you could live off this thing. I mean, people do, you know, in the Caribbean or wherever, you know. They're just like, this is their house. And you got full fridge, 2-burner stove, oven. We've cooked a bunch of DiGiorno pizzas in there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And then you got your like little dining area. These things flip up, so you have like a full-on dining room table. We've had like poker nights out here too. It's super fun. This is like the master bedroom. So like 2 people fit in here pretty well.
Okay,
know?
yeah.
Like your feet just go up that way, and then you have so much space.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
You got a bathroom. This thing is actually a shower head. There's a drain down there.
Yeah, so the wet head or whatever they call it?
Exactly, yeah. So you can actually shower in this thing. I don't have it set up just because it's a charter boat, you know? Like, we're not doing showers out here. We're in fresh water, too, so it's like...
What is your charter called?
Big Sky Sails.
Big Sky Sails.
I'll give you a couple brochures if you want them.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah. So then you kind of have your, like... This is the navigation station, so this boat was... it's an 84, so, like, that was before GPS. So, like, this is where you put your charts.
Okay.
And when you're on anchor at night, you sit right there. Radar, stereo for the CB. That one's kind of fun. It's always set on the Weather Channel too. If it works. Oh, VHS.
Near Flathead Lake, get out of the water and move indoors or inside a vehicle.
There you go.
Good timing,
I love that. That was perfect.
Thunderstorm. If you can hear thunder, you are close enough to be struck by lightning. Move to safety.
There you go.
Good timing,
I love that. That was perfect.
Thunderstorm. If you can hear thunder, you are close enough to be struck by lightning. Move.
So, yeah, on this map, did you want to show me where you were when you seen?
For sure. So, let's see. Where's Dayton Yacht Harbor? Right there.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. So this boat, it lives in Dayton Yacht Harbor all winter long. It's on the hard, so it's on jack stands on grass all winter, right? Okay. So they launch me in the spring. They launch me like June 1st or Memorial Day weekend or whatever it is. And then what I have to do when it gets launched, since I'm not a member, I don't have a slip down there, I only have like a couple day grace period from when it's in the water to when I have to get it up here to where I anchor it, and I anchor it up here because easy boat launch, plenty of parking close to my house, right?
Okay, yeah.
And we're protected in this bay with the islands. So this from Dayton around Wild Horse and up the lake, that ends up being like a 30-mile sail, which could take, based on the wind, anywhere from like 6 to 10 hours. I've done it probably 12 or 15 times by now in this boat. So what happened was 2 years ago, when the lake was super low,
okay, yeah,
I had my boat up here. It was midsummer. It was probably middle July, early August. I don't really remember. Actually, the video I sent you would probably have a timestamp on it.
Yeah.
But so they called me. Dayton Yacht Harbor called me, and they were like, "Hey, man, lake is super fucking low. You need to get your boat down here and see if it actually fits in the loading slip, because if it doesn't fit in the loading slip down here, you're gonna have to call Harmon Crane or somebody else to get your boat out. Like if it doesn't fit in the slip, you're gonna have to get it out on your own, pretty much." And I was like, fuck. So I just kind of panicked and had to get the boat from here all the way down to here. And in order to do that, I need to have somebody to like shuttle a car. So like when I'm down there, I can have a car staged or something to get back to my car up here or whatever. So I go all the way down there, and turns out it fits in the loading slip just fine, and it was good to go. And they're like, "Cool, you're fine, you fit, so like you're good. Get out of here." So then it was like, cool, sleep on the boat, and then I had to sail it back up here. And when I did that is when it happened. So I was solo on the boat, all by myself, and came around south end of Wild Horse, started coming up north, and like right around here is when it got weird. Like skies got dark, Thunderhead came up over the hills over Rawlins and was moving this way. I had the sails up, and my sails were doing spooky shit too. They were like, I don't know, when you have your sails set to the wind, they usually operate a certain way, and the wind was switching all over the place. So I was like constantly fucking with the sails because the shit just kept moving around. And then it was like the perfect scenario for it too, because it was like dark and gross and like kind of like raining sideways and shit. So like the water was that like gray black color too. And I'm over here and I don't see any boats at all. I'm probably like on par with where Goose Island's at, but like out here, not quite in the middle of the lake, maybe like a third of the way east. And I didn't see another boat the entire day because the weather was shit. Sky gets black, wind starts doing goofy shit, and then my head sail, the jib sail, just started luffing super fucking hard. And so I'm trying to reel that thing in. I'm just like, all right, the wind's doing dumb shit. The wind was picking up because the Thunderhead was fucking with it too. So I'm just like trying to crank that sail in, and then all of the lines got snagged on everything on deck. So I had to like go up there and like unsnag all the lines, and I'm just trying to get it. And then at that exact time is when I saw a fucking wake, like a wake boat, like a wave, just cruising through, like right across my bow. And you can see it in the video. I like zoomed in on it.
Okay, and, yeah, we can show that right here.
Yeah. And like, I just don't know what else it could be. There wasn't a boat within 20 miles of me. There's nobody on the water. And there was just a clear-cut wake in front of me. And like, wake big enough to like affect the boat. Like, you could feel it, like fucking shit. Yeah. So like, I don't know how to explain that, but like, I believe, especially because like, I don't know, man. We made that parallel with like Sasquatch and Flathead Lake Monster too. And like, if you research Sasquatch sightings, anybody who's seen it, they say like their camera batteries die, shit goes weird. There's no cell service all of a sudden. Like shit's weird. Like the birds don't make noise anymore, and like it kind of felt like that because like shit was getting weird, and my sails started doing weird stuff, and it was like kind of like panic mode. Like get the sails in. And figure it out, and then I just see this thing just cruising around, and I never saw an actual creature, but there was something close enough to the surface moving at a speed probably like 10 miles an hour, like fast enough to create a wake that I could see, and I don't know how to explain that. And I've been boating on this lake
fast enough and large enough, I'd imagine.
Yeah, and I've been boating on this lake for almost 10 years. and I'm out here more than most people with the charters and stuff, and I've never... Usually if there's a wave in the water, there's an explanation for it, right? There's either a boat or something, anything. But yeah, I can't explain that. So, but yeah, that's where it happened. And then I just don't really know, I don't know how to explain it. I saw what I saw, and I'm glad I had my phone and I was able to take a video of it. But I've seen some weird stuff also under this.
What do you think it could have been? As far as the monster, what kind of... Do you think it's a fish? Do you think it's a...
The only... Okay.
Some people think it could be a sturgeon, maybe?
Yeah, so I have 2 lines of thought.
Yeah.
Line 1 is like, oh, do I trust science?
Yeah.
And if I were a guy that trusted science,
yeah,
I would think it's just some ancient sturgeon, because those things can get up to like, what, 15, 20 feet?
Supposedly.
Yeah. I don't know how it would get all the way up here, especially because there's that dam down in Polson.
Yeah, of course.
But who knows? Maybe it's just been down here and thriving for so many years that it's just like grandfathered. I have no idea. So that's like traditional level of thought. And level of thought option B is like it's something that we don't know.
Yeah.
What it is. But I think most people think it's a sturgeon, which makes sense because it's like, oh, as humans, we're always looking for explanations for things, and most things that we see have been identified or discovered, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know. Part of me thinks like maybe it hasn't been identified or discovered. Maybe it's something we don't even know. So,
yeah, things are being discovered all the time.
Yeah.
And Flathead Lake has hardly even been explored, you know?
Yeah.
It's very interesting. I do have a model here I could show you here.
Oh, sick.
So I do have this model here.
Yes, dude.
What do you think of this? Is this possibly what you saw?
I don't know. I can't say yes or no. I didn't see anything other than the wake that it created. So
yeah. This is a plesiosaur, and this is what some people believe it could be.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I love this. I hope it's that.
Yeah, I think that would be really cool.
I hope it's that.
Theories are maybe left over from Glacial Lake Missoula back long time ago. This is sort of the basin of what used to be Glacial Lake Missoula.
Yeah, the high water line used to be like
just
top,
the mountain
top of the swamps.
Here, yeah.
For sure.
So, it's interesting to think of what could be left over from back then. So
I hope it's this.
His
tail doesn't seem as long as it should be, though.
Yeah, there were different variations of this, plesiosaur. Yeah,
plesiosaur.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen some of the pike in this lake, and they're pretty nasty looking. I wouldn't be surprised if there's something like this in there. But
yeah, for sure.
Another thing too, like, I don't know if you appreciate my my parallels to Bigfoot and Sasquatch, but like,
no, I think that's great.
I feel like it makes sense because like it's this weird thing that nobody can explain, nobody has discovered it, and there seems to be this knack of like, when people see it, like all of the Bigfoot footage is grainy and subpar, right?
Exactly.
And it's like a lot of Bigfoot like researchers and fanatics will say like, okay, well, Bigfoot's like an interdimensional being that can like scramble that type of shit, or like your camera's not going to work the way it should, and your phone's not going to work the way it should, and your battery's going to die because like they know, and they're like professionals at not being discovered or not being found or not being caught on videotape. And then maybe what I think is that if this is something that is like supernatural or just not of this earth or not something that science has discovered, maybe if it's on the same wavelength as Bigfoot, it does the same thing where it's like, oh, I'm here lurking around, but nobody's going to get a picture of me because I know when cameras are out, I know when people are looking for me, and maybe that's why it hasn't been found.
That does make sense, yeah. Yeah, if it's boat shy, people shy, maybe, or even just intelligent, maybe.
Maybe that's what I think.
Like, or like you say, there could be some paranormal connection that protects it somehow. It's interesting, like you say, that things happen, just natural things happen. Natural phenomena will happen that protects it in ways, and it's very interesting.
I love it though.
Yeah.
I love believing. Like, you gotta believe.
Uh-huh.
Like, why not? Why wouldn't there be something like this in there?
Yeah, exactly.
I give it a 10.
Send it. Yes. Attaboy.
In a small town in Montana, there lies a monster of legend that has never before been captured in a documentary expedition until now. This is The Hunt for the Flathead Lake Monster, a documentary following the journey of Joshua Hubbard, a lifelong resident of the Flathead Valley, as he seeks to capture proof of a legendary freshwater lake monster, known to locals as the Flathead Lake Monster.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.